everyone. Today I'm going to read another book. It's called Pretty Darn Awesome: Divergent, Not Deficient: Understanding Pathological Demand Avoidance. And it is by Lauren O'Grady. And I'm going to start by reading inside the cover here, because it gives us a little bit more information for our understanding when listening to the story. So first we'll do some education and then we'll have fun and read the book. Okay. So what is pathological demand avoidance, or PDA? A profile on the autism spectrum involving the avoidance of everyday demands and the use of social strategies as part of this avoidance. And that definition is from the PDA Society. A PDA profile of autism means that individuals share autistic characteristics. So, currently defined as persistent difficulties with social communication and social interaction, and restricted and repetitive patterns of behavior, activities, or interests. It also often includes different sensory experiences in relation to sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing, and internal senses such as hunger or thirst. You may have heard the term interoception, and that's what that speaks to. And they also have many of the key features of a PDA profile. So along with the autistic characteristics, there is also the following: resisting and avoiding the ordinary demands of life, using social strategies as part of avoidance, experiencing intense emotions and mood swings, being comfortable in role play, pretense, and fantasy, sometimes to an extreme extent, focusing intently, often on other people. With PDA, repetitive or restrictive interests are often social in nature, relating to real or fictional people. A need for control, which is often anxiety related, and a tendency not to respond to conventional approaches in parenting, teaching, or support, as well as appearing sociable but lacking some understanding. So individuals with PDA profile may appear more socially able than one might expect of other autistic folks, with, for instance, more conventional use of eye contact or conversational skills. But this may mask underlying differences and difficulties in social interaction and communication. So even though it presents differently, it's still creating the same experience in different ways. And so for more information, you can go to www.pdasociety.org.uk. And thank you for putting together that great overview for folks. To Lauren O'Grady. All right. Let me tell you a story about a boy like me, whose brain is extra special and wants to be kept free. He's what's known as autistic. I'm sure you know the word, but the term PDA is not one often heard. It means he gets super anxious when he's not in control. It can get really tiring and often takes its toll. Demands are all around us. There are so many every day. They can be given to him directly from what other people say. Things like, put your shoes on, or it's time to go to bed, make him start to panic and fill him up with dread. His heart beats that bit faster and his brain just tells him no. even if it's something he wants to do or somewhere he likes to go. He knows sometimes it's silly and it depends on his brain's mood. Some days are super tricky and some are extra good. He often can't find the words to explain the reasons why. His brain won't let him do it. It won't let him comply. So when his brain is behaving, he can do more of what you ask, and the demands of every day seem much less of a task. So things like brushing his teeth or getting to school on time on bad days are impossible, but on good days work out fine. He knows it's not always logical, and often something slight can make his body panic and react with fight or flight. So even something normal like putting on his socks is like taking someone claustrophobic and locking them in a box. People might think he's naughty, but what they don't understand is panic and anxiety stop him following the demand. So you can see why he might melt down or lash out, scream or cry if people try to force him or keep pressing him to try. He looks just like other children and likes the same things too, like playing with friends and computer games and jokes about bums and poo. He looks at you when he's talking, and his imagination's immense. So his autism is often overlooked, and his actions might not make sense to others. And sometimes he can hide behind a clever mask. He can do all that's asked of him and complete his given task. But like a fizzy soda that's been shaken and dropped nonstop, you can't see all the pressure inside until it blows its top. But let me continue my story about a boy a lot like me, whose brain is extra special, as you are about to see. His brain has the ability to remember things from exceptionally long ago, to come up with complex strategies that others just don't know. So, when he finds an interest, like sonic, science, or sharks, his brain comes alive like lightning, making many invisible sparks. Finding and soaking up knowledge, filing the information away to become sort of an expert and wow us all someday. He's too creative and inquisitive to give up and just conform. He's breaking down the barriers that we once considered the norm. The world will never contain him. He's too headstrong and free. He won't let society's expectations dictate who he should be. He has such a strong sense of justice and won't accept any lies. He won't be easily manipulated or have the wool pulled over his eyes. He won't just blindly trust what's being reported by friends or in the news. He will question every decision and carefully formulate his views. But this world is not made for free thinkers that go against the rules. We have rigid expectations in work and play and schools. And maybe one day we'll realize what he's been telling us all along, that if the answer doesn't fit, it could be that the question is wrong. So please don't crush his spirit. His gifts are still being unfurled. It's special brains like his and mine that go on to change the world. The end. Thank you for reading with me today. And thank you again to Lauren O'Grady for this wonderful book. And I'll see you next time.